And there we go again. It's time for some Dota. Sneaky Nick's Assassin versus CNB. The Brazilians versus the US guys. And to be honest, the funny part is that SNA is actually sitting outside unassigned players. And we have TC and Way2 coming here in the Sneaky Nick's Assassin lineup. So it feels a bit more like Team Liquid playing with SNA and some joint operation. Either way, guys, you are on HeflaTV. HeflaTV 2 right now because there's too many games to get it all done on HeflaTV 1. But of course, still on HeflaTV 1 there is a game going. It is Commander 5 versus the MPNG, also a new team here in the joint Dota League. And, well, also very interesting. But of course, I like it when you're here on HeflaTV 2. I'm probably gonna stay even awake for the game at 3 AM. Because there's no one else there, because Jesus Christ, everybody is on vacation and Hefla has to do all the job. Either way, we have to look at the draft and see what we got here. So far, nothing surprising except for the fact that the Rasta is coming out first pick, but I definitely agree with it. But this makes space for a ton of picks, obviously. Like, there could be still Racer, Death Prophet, Void. All these things, they could come out right now with the first pick. Lycan, Doom, Panda, they go along the meta. Absolutely not surprising whatsoever. So let's see what else is coming here. And I also hope, by the way, for game number 2 I'm gonna find a nice co-caster. Let me just see. I had some guides today how to become a Dota 2 caster and settings and whatnot with OBS. So yeah, now there we go. Sound should be on. Microphone for the Dota 2 TV stuff is also on, so nobody can actually complain. For the stream, however, everything should be fine, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, because for all those who don't know, like, HeflaTV actually went into the Chinese Dota 2 scene, since there is no real Twitch-based Chinese cast for the exiled Chinese people, non-mainland Chinese people, Taiwanese, Malaysian, Singaporeans, like everything that lives pretty much not behind the firewall. Like, we started a nice project, and to be honest, it's working quite interestingly. The second time online, they got over 100 viewers. That's quite surprising. So I'm looking forward to it, but unfortunately, it takes pretty much all of my time. Besides casting here and then on the German channels, like, it really does everything. But they're going on. The draft is commencing, and I actually have to find where the hell is my remote control. Faceless Void is coming out as well as Earthshaker after we saw CNB picking up the Razor. So what's right now missing would be, of course, the Skywrath Mage for the Faceless Void, but they decide to go for the Earthshaker. Maybe CNB is taking that opportunity, or they're gonna ban out then in the second ban stage. That might be an option, but just a second, guys, give me the second. I have to find my remote control because I still have the Dolby Surround on, and it sounds kind of weird when I hear myself like on everywhere in the room. So be right back. And I found it, and there I'm back on my little casting desk here. Like, at some point I actually have to make a video for all the viewers. Like, there's many people who already been asking, like, Hefla, like, how do you cast? And it's a complete mess, I tell you. I'm surrounded by beer bottles and chips and cigarettes. It's a whole mess. It's a little corner in an already small apartment. It's really funny, actually. But either way, Tidehunter is coming out, so Skywrath Mage is then the logical consequence. Just banning this one out, it would be just too strong of a combination into the chrono. You can't really do that. Faceless Void, he's having really an easy time. That would be, Faceless Void is mostly already -1, and if you have a Skywrath Mage and you have a second one in that chrono, that's already -2. You don't want to start in those fights. But now, of course, with the Tidehunter, that is something that could also, of course, disrupt Faceless Void's doing there in the situation of a chrono. But of course it's not guaranteed, especially if the Tidehunter is in a chrono. That makes it kinda awkward, because if there's enough damage against the Tidehunter, then there's no Ravage. Maybe a buyback, TP in could rescue, could save somehow the fight. But yeah, if the Faceless Void is good, and if the chronos are good, then they can really make this work. So I'm not sure if CNB wants to go for the clutch fights against that chrono. That is the biggest question. But either way, a Queen of Pain is getting banned out. Something I did not see coming at all. Sneaky Nix Assassins, they decided for a Puck. Okay, I guess Puck would have been a nice initiation on the Void. A Silence coming there by the Waning Rift, holding them in place. Titan following up with the Ravage. I can imagine this combination coming up. It might be not the most reliable one, but sure something that can shut down the Faceless Void. I mean, Silences as such are pretty much banned out already. I mean, we have the Puck being banned out, the Skyrive Mage, they are one of the most reliable ones to disable a Void until he gets a BKB, that is, of course. I guess we can live with that. So, for Sneaky Nix Assassins, they want to ban out even more that would counter the Void, and that is, of course, the Shadow Demon. The Shadow Demon, offensive or defensive disruption could be there inside the chrono, and therefore something you don't want to see. So yeah, we see the emphasis is on the Faceless Void for Sneaky Nix Assassin, and they want to make sure that everything is getting through. Someone is writing Boom Shakalaka. No, Boom Shakalaka is the wrong stream. For that you have to go on Beyond the Summit. There you have a lot of Boom Shakalaka Laka. What sound do I make? I can't even remember. I make too many word sounds. But it's definitely not Boom Shakalaka. I make sometimes the Suns fan sound like hell is breaking loose, something like that. When it's just everything is going, and look at it go. Oh yeah, Witchdog is coming out. I love it. I love it. This is exactly the combination. Like, if you guys ever need MMR, play this combo. Faceless Void, Witchdog, just with a friend. That's the easiest way to get MMR at the moment. Like with that, you might even manage it to 5k MMR even if you're bad, because it's just a too insane combination. If you have a good guy on a Faceless Void who can just play his nice chronos, and then you stand on max range, just the Witchdog channeling that ultimate through the Death Ward, just going YOLO. And we saw that not even that long ago. This week we had a Witchdog who had like an unstoppable streak within the first 15 minutes or so, and he had such a fast Aghanim Scepter. This Aghanim Scepter was just nuts. Like 3-man, 2-man, 3-man, 4-man chronos came out, and he raised them all away with the Death Ward. It was just amazing to see, and I'm looking forward to it. Maybe we're gonna have a nicely farmed Witchdog here as well. It's, I don't know, it's a mixture of nice to see and painful to see, because everybody who already played against this combination knows, I don't know, how painful it can be, because when the chrono is coming up on you and there's nothing you can do against it, then you're just watching. The only good thing, of course, against it is that you instantly interrupt the Witchdog, but even when that Witchdog sometimes goes for a BKB, there's not much you can do, not much how you can stop him. That's the problem. There's just a handful of heroes that can actually go through BKB as an interrupt, and the rest would then be, of course, items, bashers, MKBs, just like that. So for now they only have the Tidehunter to do anything about that. Like the Tidehunter Ravage has to hit the Witchdog, so for that the Witchdog doesn't have to be, or shouldn't be, of course, in range for the Ravage. And if you have that in like a narrow passage around Roshan or around the rune spots, then you might not even get in range as a Tidehunter without at least running into the chrono. And let's see how fast a Blink Dagger is coming out on the Tidehunter, if he's even going for a Blink Dagger. That is the question. Dream Protector is coming out here for the Brazilians. A hero, I don't know, a hero where we always discuss about it. Like, the opinions about this hero, they always go in so many different directions. For me, it's a hero that should not have a place in the current meta, but some teams stick to it. When it all goes well, then people are like, yeah, look, like he healed so many towers, he prevented this and this and this kill and stuff like that. It's sometimes really good against specific spells, like for example the Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast ticks, they can be quite nicely mitigated with it. The healing is coming up, as well as, of course, in the laning stage you have some additional regeneration on your heroes. That's all good. And of course he still hits like a truck with 85 base damage, like the typical Brown Boots, Life, Leech Seed combo coming out in as a roaming combination. It's pretty strong, but the problem is if you have a Dream Protector that doesn't get this nice start, then he's pretty much useless. And if you have a team that is pushing quite effectively, capitalizing on ganks or having like a nice 5-man push setup, living armor won't do a thing. It will just slow them down for a couple seconds, and mostly this is not enough to save the tower. So Dream Protectors, they're at the moment in the current meta really falling off. Sometimes they have a good game, and that, I don't know, makes me reconsider my opinion about him, but I think the majority of Dream Protectors are prone to fail at the moment, and there's just really a handful of Dream Protectors where I can say like, oh yeah, wow, that pick really worked out. I mean, the Dream Protector, how can he be utilized in this game? There's not much, besides, of course, what I all mentioned. Against the Chronosphere, sure. I guess when you have the living armor on the target that is focused, and there's now a Witch Dog, for example, then sure, it can do a lot of absorb. The Overgrowth might be, of course, interesting to interrupt the Witch Dog and keep the Faceless Void in place. But then again also, like, how does the Dream Protector get on the other side unless he is somewhere in Nature's Skies, and that is kind of a hard thing to get in position to unless you have a Blink Dagger, and a Blink Dagger is also something that doesn't happen too often on the Dream Protector because the farm is just not there. Mostly he's like the full-time support bitch, which means there's barely any gold left besides wards and whatnot. And well, let's not talk too much about that little tree. We talk about the rest of the heroes. Viper's coming out, so a tanky hero, maybe our candidate for the mid as well, for Sneaky Nick's Assassin. And on the other side, we have the Rubik. I mean, the Rubik interesting because he got quite something to steal. Stealing the Death Ward, definitely interesting. Fissure is always an easy spell to steal. Viper Strike, since it's the only spell anyway on the Viper. And of course, Faceless Void. The Time Walk as well as the Chronosphere can be quite nicely utilized on a Rubik. So if the Rubik is nice and fast in reaction, I can definitely see this working out. Why not? And let's see. On both sides we are done with the bans. Mirana is getting banned out. I didn't see it coming, but sure, Mirana being banned out. And Invoker on the other side. Okay, Invoker definitely, I could understand that. Invoker as a 5th pick, that would have made a utility Voids, Viper, Invoker midlane, Viper in a tri-lane. That might have been then a nice, tanky, fast Viper with the Exort Invoker who can also do something into the Chrono. Yep, definitely working out. A Slark is getting picked up and right after a Morphling, so now that gets actually interesting. I don't understand why they go for the Dream Protector. Maybe a Vengeful Spirit might have been nice here. Would have been an interrupt on the Witch Dog. Would have been nice against the Faceless Void, swapping in and out of the Chrono. But yeah, they decide for the Dream Protector, so it doesn't make too much sense for me. But what makes sense for me? I'm just a stupid caster, and I have to see what teams are going for. And we're going to introduce those teams after they're done with the draft here. I just have to change, of course, the overlay. Don't forget it, Hefla. Because, yeah, I actually forgot it twice last week. And I'm still ashamed. IX Mike now is going to play that Faceless Void. It is actually a utility Void here on the offline. So, yeah, all he has to do, get them XPs and do the Chrono. That's pretty much it. He's going to plant the ward. Probably here somewhere, I assume. Yeah, or there. That's a spot where it's pretty hard to guess. So let's see if there's some dewarding coming out. In the mid we're gonna have a Viper facing a Razor. Biggest downside is of course on the Viper that the low MS always means, or mostly means, that sure, he's gonna get a lot of damage stolen with the static link. That's kinda the downside of a Viper. Then again later there might be quite some harass damage coming out on the Razor. So let's see how this goes. Anyway, TC is gonna play this one. Then of course we have way too sexy here on the Witch Dog, fluff and stuff on the Earthshaker, which we saw him already on the Earthshaker this week. Not the best fishes in that game, and they actually lost them as well. That was quite surprising. So fluff and stuff was not really on 100% of his performance, and now, well, let's see, do I actually get to finish my introduction? Yes, Osh is gonna play the Slug, that's the last now, and let's see what we got on the other side. The Dream Protector, the draft I did not understand. Baga playing this guy now. Klutz 22 is on the Morphling. The one who just picked up that Illusion Rune is the Rubik here, Ned playing it. In the mid we're gonna find the Razor, that is of course 40R, and last but not least is of course Wesley. He's gonna play that Tidehunter, and actually let's see. I don't think the Titan is gonna have too much of a good time here, because if there's a nice Fissure coming out, this might be a bad idea. In the mid we already saw a telekinesis coming out and quite some harass damage here on TC. He's busy now cleaning up those Rubik illusions, but of course this is giving 40R a nice head start here in the mid. What more can you ask for? Like, not even 30 seconds into the game, and the Viper is already on 50%. So let's see what's coming out for the Viper. The Razor, you see, he's really going for the harass mode on the Viper, and the Viper only having, well, 4 of his own tangos plus 2 length, so he's preparing for, yeah, a ton of damage in this lane, and he should be, because now with the plasma field he's getting quite a lot of damage. Let's see how this goes out. Hopefully we don't have a first blood here, but oh, talking about first blood, there's the stun here, fluff and stuff, but it's just not enough. The pounce actually was hitting on the Titan, but yep, in the end it's just not enough, especially with the Kraken Shell. It might have been enough if there was a casket, but of course no casket here because he's busy already doing the pulls. This is a double pull as well, so this is a complete creep wave denied. Nice lane control for them. And IX Mike, let's see how he's gonna do in this lane. I mean, as long as he has time walk, to be honest, there's nothing that can really stop him except for the telekinesis. Like getting the telekinesis in the animation of time walk, for example, that would break IX Mike's neck there. Then with the Leech Seed we might actually see a kill, but if anything is coming before that or after that, then I don't think they're gonna be able to kill him. But let's see. He's gonna see Baga here, but there's not even mana now for a Leech Seed. It's just ticking in. 140 mana is required, but of course the right click here, no backtrack yet, no backtrack luck that is, because 1 point is in there, but sure, it's just a 10% chance. Overlay, what? Overlay, everybody is spamming overlay already, but it was just like 3 seconds online into the game. That was like quick reaction by the viewers. Jesus Christ, guys. Like, I guess you remember how I forgot it twice already this week, so you were like, oh my god, Hefla is gonna miss the overlays. Oh my god. Nah, nothing is gonna happen, but let's see in the mid. Yep, exactly what I said. The Viper is actually gonna Bottle Crow. That's definitely interesting. So with that, he threw all his tangos. So that was 6 tangos actually used, and now, oh, there's quite some harass coming out here by of 40R. That might have been actually close, like with the 2 points and Nether Toxin. Interesting. 40R, you really gotta be careful. Like his bottle is coming right there. So let's see. Before this bottle, he can't really go back into the lane, and now we see massive pulls here. It's really busy. Like this is like the highway at the moment of the top lane. Neutrals, side pull, the normal creep wave, but everything happens, of course, in range here for Wesley. So I mean, he's not getting too much CS out of this, but at least he's there for the XP. Then again, the XP is divided by 4. Not the best thing. IX Mike trying to steal some CS here. He's getting really ballsy. Now them jukes around the trees. Baga not even trying, or trying maybe to find him, but no. As long as he has time walk, nothing's really working. 40R in the mid going ham here on TC, but they, I don't know, they just drive each other out. While Fluff and stuff is just sneaking the double damage rune, so bad news for the Razor. This empty bottle is gonna stay empty till the courier's coming, but of course that courier is at the moment busy bringing new supply here. That is, okay, a new set of tangos. That's quite interesting. The Morph not rushing into that ring of health, maybe first step for Lincoln's, which might be not even too bad of a idea here in this game, because you can at least absorb a fissure, a cask, a Viper Strike, but then besides those 3 spells, there's actually not much use of a Lincoln, so maybe he's not even going for it. Let's see. I mean, he got 611 gold. We're gonna see pretty much soon what he's going for. There would be still the option of a Midas, but it also doesn't seem like he's going for a Midas. But the Aquila finished over that. And otherwise he would have picked up already the Gloves of Haste, I assume. Let's see what's coming out there. 5 minutes in. So far no first blood. I mean, there's a lot of potential to get the first blood here, but so far they all played quite carefully. Like the Titan now trying to do a side pull himself, successfully so. And let's see if it's actually getting spotted out. I mean, Fluff and stuff is there. With the help of Ush, they might actually be able to. And yeah, at least he's doing that side pull, so the Titan is getting actually some XP under his tower. We have to see if that's enough for CS. So far he's missed all those CS, which he pulled inside there. He's gonna miss this one too. That is too bad. This one, okay, out of 4, he got 1. So that's up at least. Alex Mike standing here. Net is not hitting him, and that was some measly try to get him up here, but nope, that doesn't work. That just doesn't work. A little race for the rune. Race is gonna pick it up. It's an invisible rune. It's a bit early for invisible rune. He's not gonna leave the lane with this one. He's gonna use it more or less for the region. There's also new wards coming up. One is here in the mid. I actually like this. These wards on the other side. Just because they give still nice vision against everything that goes, for example, Turoshan, everything that is in this area. You see it right now. And the first blood is top there. They dove the Titan Hunter, and now, Slark, he's found. There's the counter pounce, but yeah, Morphling is gonna get the return kill here. And just the fissure by a Fluff and Stuff, who was really low. Like, both dived the tower, just barely managed to get in there with the camera. Oh, I'm so slow today. Oh, let's see what we got here. An invisible razor, and he's gonna find a witch dog. A witch dog, which is pretty much in a bad position, and there it is. Will a cast come out? For now, he's just stealing the damage. It's a lot of damage, of course. One right click is coming in, but that's pretty much it. No slow by the Train Protector, and this ward, I don't know if they saw it, but it would be easy to de-ward. If they really spotted it out, there might be an instant sentry coming out. Sure, why not? So looking at the net worth, 7 minutes in, well, Slark and Morphling both pretty much at the same farm, even though of course Ash, he has the bonus gold from the first blood, something that gives you a nice boost when you get it. But then again, Morphling was doing fine so far. Since he swapped there, of course he lost a bit farm in the bottom lane. It's a good opportunity for IX Mike. So far you only had the Rubik harass there, and yeah, he's getting quite some CS now. That's his 11th. And even though Morphling is coming in, no casket is coming out, but he's soon level 6, and that is then really dangerous. We have, what kind of build is coming out here by the Witchdog actually? What, there he is. Okay, it's a 2-point cask and the Voodoo Restoration build. No Maledict being picked up. I actually saw a Witchdog build this week with the Maledict instead of the Voodoo Restoration more than 1 point. He kept it on 1 point and then went straight for Maledict after cask. That was quite an interesting build because it did get a lot of kills where usually they would have survived. So definitely something I like, but sometimes of course we see this also not going too well. But oh well. We have a haste rune on the Razor, and that actually might be interesting. I don't know if that's a tactical pause. He's like, hey guys, I got a haste rune, let's do something. With a haste rune, easy steals, of course, for the static link, and then just follow a target. Problem is, of course, Viper quite tanky. Buckler headrest done. There is the Witchdog somewhere in the vicinity who could, of course, stun you. If you have a haste rune and you're the single target, then it's really just a mini stun you have to deal with. Of course, if there's any other target around, then it might bounce and lock you in place, so you might even not get anything with a haste rune. Slark, Ash here, top. He's gonna go for the Shadowplate build. This is a bit old meta, I guess. Something you have to live with and accept it. Because I'm a huge fan of the Blink Dagger Slark. The Shadowplate is kinda outdated. You've seen it till pretty much in the entire first quarter of 2014. We saw the Shadowplate Slark coming out all the time. Just because it triggers the ultimate. It's a nice item, you can go sneak in position for the pounds, but then later we saw the Blink Dagger and it was much better in like looking back on all these different Slark builds, the Blink Dagger is the one that was the more dominant. Like if you look also at the major tournaments, the Summit, ESL, and even sometimes on the TI, the Blink Dagger was the better item in direct comparison. But sure, Ash is sticking to the old things. Maybe in this game not even too bad to get this done. because it also forces then of course CNB to go into detection, and that is of course additional gold on the supports. But let's see, do we see something soon here in that bottom lane? I mean, there is fluff and stuff that would secure at least the level 2 Fisher. We have the Faceless Void with the Chrono, but of course the Witchdog. The Witchdog is the one who needs some more XP. Unfortunately, the Viper came really fast back into mid, so he didn't really have the opportunity to soak up some XP there. And to the Death Ward, it is still, yeah, 1.5 levels pretty much. So, nope, not coming out. But, yep, they say he's reconnecting. As long as it's not giving so long breaks as we had today in the I-League, where I did the German cast today already over like CET lunchtime, then everything is good. We had 1.5 hour delay, and one game then actually they decided to play that in the background without being casted, because otherwise the schedule would have been completely overthrown. Oh well, Chinese tournament. Someone in the chat is saying Fluff is on vacation. No, actually Fluff is not on vacation. Fluff is here with us. And as I said, I don't know about SNA himself, because he was in a lobby, but he didn't join as a player, so TC is filling in. I don't know if that's some troll move whatsoever, but TC is now the stand-in instead of like SNA, so, or maybe SNA is just available, or is available, but he just doesn't want to play. I don't know. Something we don't know. But let's see. IX Mike going to the secret shop. There's a Fate Bolt. He still has, yeah, the time walk. Exactly this one. So he's really fast out. Easily just escaping that. And let's see. I'm wondering who's gonna make it. What? Nice tag. What is that supposed to mean? Nice tag plus 22? I have to find that out in the next lobby, I don't understand. But either way, some pressure here on the tier 2 tower, but of course with IX Mike still being there and just pulling all the creeps off. He doesn't have any regen yet, so that's quite something where he has to be careful, because he's really getting low. I mean, worst case scenario, he still has a chrono, just to say like, ah, nah, I'm not going for it. Viper, done with the mech. Who's actually the mech carrier on the other side? Like, so far I didn't see anyone. Maybe the Titan Hunter, he went for Arcanes. Wolfling obviously is not gonna do it. Razor not going for it, so there will be no mech anytime soon on CNB. That's of course not so good, I'd say. And now we also see some pressure here on the top tower. There is the Rubik rotating in, but he alone can't really do anything. But now there is a Titan Hunter. He's coming in. There would have been a Ravage, but sure, there would also be nothing to follow up, so I don't know, that's not the smartest thing to do. But they're back to lane, save at least the demise of this tower. But Ash, I don't know, he's gonna be soon interested in going for ganks. As soon as his Shadow Plate is there, he just needs 200 more gold, then he's done with it. And I also see that, yep, HeflaTV 1 is just done with their games, which means under the best circumstances then I'm gonna have a co-casterino for game number 2. So let's see how this is going then. But for now, for game number 1, it has to be Hefla alone. But as I said, both teams, 11 minutes, just that first blood and the counter kill actually happened with the rotation of the Morphling, and since then it's been absolutely quiet. This reminds me here a bit of Chinese Dota 2013, because right now, that's the funny part. Like I always used to say, whenever there is like a game really slow, and without any crazy actions, movements, rotations, kills, roaming, whatsoever. I mean, we haven't even seen a smoke gank yet. Like the entire game, not a single smoke gank, but there it is. Smoke 1, smoke 2, and they want to go for the Slark. But the problem with the Slark is you have to get him down very fast, otherwise Shadow Dance is there. And I don't know if they have enough damage there. That's the problem. The smoke is gonna run out. Now they see this, and yep. It's not gonna end in anything. 12 minutes in, we're looking at a game that is really static, and IX Mike, he's starting to fight back. He's like, Lots, you can harass me as much as you want. Razor, finding another haste rune. Maybe with this haste rune we're gonna see something interesting enough. He is going now for the buckler, so Razor is gonna be the one who's gonna get this mech done on CNB. But this is a really late one. Instead, we have Slug here. There it is. Pounce, Viper Strike, stunned by the Fisher, and that's just an easy kill to pick up. That's really nice. So they really waited just for the Shadow Plate to come out, and it is their first kill. The first time he picks that item up, just some seconds old, and it is enough for the Razor. So the Razor even being slowed down a lot more. This is bad news. Just having a buckler done 30 minutes, everything in the mid. IX Mike having quite some problems now to be in lane because the Morphling is starting to do some right clicks, but I'm sure with the Chrono and the Witchdog that's now level 6, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see very much initiation here on the Morphling. There is something of course in the background. We have a Rubik Telekinesis, can prevent anything. Dream Protector, well, he doesn't have Overgrowth yet, so they have to have the Telekinesis. Cask, oh, Cask actually stolen. That's quite interesting. That's a nice spell on the Rubik to have. Second set of Disable. With some nice RNG, you really have several seconds lockdown. Bouncing Cask, and if it ends, you just go for the Telekinesis or the other way around. Sure, why not? Top now. I'm pretty sure they're gonna apply some pressure on that tower pretty much soon. Because why not? At the moment we have this tri-lane, we have the Razor here. There's not much really coming. It's only the Tidehunter and he, well, level 4 Anchor Smash and the Ravage, that's all it is at the moment. So 3 are here. And sure, why not? Even with the Pounce, like the Pounce, a stun and a Death Ward, that might actually bring him, but you would need a Maledict, because at some point the Kraken Shell will proc, and then he might actually get out. Or you manage to... Oh, there's a cast flying. The Pounce is not hitting. Still gonna get a lot of damage. There's even the Fisher hitting him. One rotation by the Rubik, but in the end it is really just a... Oh my god, I was so scared for your life rotation. In the end, the Rubik is finding himself here, and this might even be better for Sneaky Nick's assassins, because on the Rubik they can easily find a kill. If that Shadow Plate is ready soon, why not? The Fisher here of bluff and stuff. Oh, there's the Fisher. Look at it. He's just blocked in. Poor guy. There's the Dark Pact. And they're just crippling him down. But the Cask just bouncing. Now the Dark Pact as well. But unfortunately, Rubik, you don't have too much of a HP pool to spam Dark Pact. That's really unfortunate. So he's going down. But Jesus, fluff and stuff. That was a nice Fisher here. Down this way. And the poor Rubik being here. I've been saying he didn't have the best time when it comes to Fishers. But this one was a good example that didn't even require the Death Ward or anything like that, just crippling him down by being blocked in. The Dream Protector, I don't know, still going for manually farm, no emergency, I don't know, no emergency living armors coming out right now. It's even the towers, like the mid tower, no, not being healed up. Top tower, I think he just got a heal. It used to be a bit lower. Well, they keep the towers up, at least for now, but they get here and there pickoffs, and to be honest, like, I'm really surprised. 16 minutes in, we haven't seen a Ravage, we haven't seen a Chrono. Like, at some point this has to start, but for now, we have a Slug here, Shadow Plated. They're looking for someone. They're looking for someone. They actually maybe saw him here once he was walking over that sentry, but maybe not. It was just like a glimpse, just a split second. He might have been visible. Just daytime. Before it was night, so they might have not even seen it. But Witchdog and Ash here is also making a nice combo. The Morphling. Ah, yeah. Now they just saw him. That was daytime, even under Observer Ward there. So they know he's somewhere, and that means the Morphling is gonna stay under his tower. Easy peasy. Oh, now Ash, fluff and stuff versus 4. That might actually be interesting. Net is going in, finding him. Oh, is there a Telekinesis? Yes, but Shadow Dance is of course out. There is the Ravage, Anchor Smash. Is that enough on the way back? No, he's actually getting it out. I can't even believe it. Now he's pouncing away Shadow Dance. He has the Shadow Plate as well, which means also his regeneration is on. So all that is being used, but nothing prevented Rubik's death there, and he's actually getting away with murder. I can't even believe it. At the same time, we have IX Mike farming still. He is done with the Mask of Madness. And Morphling, well, just the ultimate orb came out, and now in the mid, some pressure on the tier 1 tower. The problem is, of course, if you have a Dream Protector, you have to fully commit to the towers, but it seems like that TC is willing to do so. I mean, there is a siege engine slowing the entire thing a bit down. Fate Ball on the creeps. There will be rotations. Now there's a living armor, but you see, living armor is already down. Siege engine, just some right clicks, and the tower pretty much low. I don't know. With IX Mike, if IX Mike had more HP, we might see it. And oh, nice. Yeah, he got the salve ready to jump in. So we're gonna see our first chrono pretty much soon. Here in the mid, that might even be a double chrono. There it is. Time walk in and nice chrono. The Razor is definitely gonna go down. No death ward here yet. Like, he doesn't even want to cast it, but stolen Fissure by the Rubik. He didn't get it through, and that means in the mid this tower is going down. Dream Protector can't save this one. It's just too late. I don't think there's enough rotations, enough ultimates available to make this happen. Cliff is coming out as well as the living armor. Okay, stalling some time, but I don't think this is gonna be enough. The first tier 1 tower is about to fall. Now TC is joining the entire thing. They don't have a Ravage because it was used for that little brawl there. And now do we have a cask? Something? No. Actually, Ush is still looking for something. And he might even be successful with it because, for example, Dream Protector is the easy kill. He actually finds him now, pounds, Dark Pact, everything. There's an Anchor Smash on him, but this might be enough. There's another pounce soon available, like if he wants to. Oh no, he doesn't do it. Ush, what are you doing? The Dark Pact did a tick on him, and now, oh, he is in trouble, and now he's actually going down. This one did not save him. The Shadow Blade, just not enough. He should have gotten that kill on the Dream Protector. So in the end, Ush just a bit overstating his welcome there. 19 minutes in, still like 8 kills in almost 20 minutes. Well, at least we have the first sign of progress as the tower falls. Even with a Dream Protector, was not enough to protect them. IX Mike in the mid. There's still 30 seconds on the Chronosphere, so they might get this tower. So far, that it doesn't seem like any rotations. They might not want to go with Ush, of course, being dead. And this tower is going down. But of course we also have TC, who have found the illusion rune here, and with that he's just going for the tower. Unfortunately, like, he was competing 2 illusions plus TC and the siege engine, and who won? The siege engine. So he doesn't even get the last hit on that tower. That's of course bad news for like optimizing, but let's see. That's pretty funny. Ush is here directly under a sentry ward. They saw him, but they pretend to not see him and just let him, I don't know, go away. TC, he's still, I don't know, pushing, forcing CNB soon to make something here. Otherwise they're gonna get even damage on the tier 2 tower. There is IX Mike, Chrono is ready, so unless Morphling can really fast strength morph, this might actually be a kill. Viper Strike, the Arcanum Scepter is coming up in just a second. The Harass is already coming out here by TC. The Illusions doing some damage on the tower, of course, fairly limited anyway. Viper is not a hero with too much damage, 80 damage for now. It's gonna be a bit more, of course, when the Arcanum Scepter is done. But oh, let's see, is this a smoke gang? No, it's not even a smoke gang, but this would have been a nice triple Chronosphere. Unfortunately, no one to actually follow up except for TC. Might have been enough for a kill, but then Morphling would have rotated in and the counter kills were coming. But instead, the supports and Ush here just going for the tower. TC rotated actually top, and another tier 1 is going down. It really feels like Sneak and Existence, even though they have the capability, they're not really too much interested in going for their combos. But let's see what they find here. Oh, maybe does he go on 4DR? There was a blink. They found him. Baga. Still no point in Nature's Skies. Oh, they might actually found him. If the pounce comes, if the pounce hits, and oh, there's the pounce. It hits Dark Pact as well. He's using Overgrowth, but it might be still enough. Oh, there's another Dark Pact. He's still stealing all that damage, pouncing away. It's still enough to leech him out of it, but in 2 seconds he has the Shadow Blade. Is there another hit? No, oh my god. He has the haste rune for the R. And this, does he go back into it? That might be a mistake, because there is a Fissure Acroslim waiting for him if he goes too deep. So in the end, Ush goes back, but he's fast reaching up anyway. What does he does even go back to the base, which I don't understand. He's half mana, full HP, so why going back? IX Mike, He's finding the farm. For offline Voids, who has done only one chrono, or did we even see a chrono so far? Yes, one chrono. But that's pretty much it. That's all we saw in this game. 22 minutes. He's just farming. The entire game consists mostly of farming at the moment. Oh, Grandis V is in the chat here. Gimpy, I played your song on HeflaTV 1, but you haven't been there. He's not there because he wants to listen to me. Oh, either way. There's now the Viper Strike spam is coming out, of course, with the Arcanum Scepter freshly arrived here on TC. And yep, IX Mike, he got enough farm to even solo Roshan, Mask of Madness, and the Maelstrom. What else do you need? Even the power threats on agility, and this is gonna be an easy one. They just, I don't know, they just rotated top to maybe get the tier 1 tower in as a trade. Klotz is working on it. There's no cliff available, so this tower is going down, but of course it is a Roshan trade. At the same time, a nice move here, the 2 supports being smoked up, like cutting the way here in case others are coming. But yeah, let's see if CNB at least pushes forward with it. Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they will contest this. If they go for the tier 2 tower, we will see a contest. I'm pretty sure of that. But for now at least, they can do a lot of damage. There's a replicate out on Morphling, so that is a risky target to go for a chrono, for example. He might be fast out with the replicate, then look, he's really going ham. But, oh, there's the stun, there's the pounce. Is the replicate coming out? Yes, it is enough. He's finding himself pretty close to the base, so he might as well go there. There has been the Rubik. Oh, but Cast, pounce hitting him. You're so dead, my friend. Now they're in pursuit. There's still the Razor. Like, he doesn't have any rune. Oh, there has been the stun. It actually hits him, and he might find the pounce. If the pounce lands, yes, that will be his demise. There is IX Mike. He's coming in. Mask of Madness on, and the rest is just a formality. Easy peasy. Just 2 more kills for Sneaky Nyx Assassins. All they had to do is like dropping 50% of their tower. After the Morph was under attack, I really don't know why they stuck around there. But CNB, they decided, hey, let's go, guys. Stand around and just wait till they initiate on us. So, Sneaky Nyx Assassins, now some action is coming into that game. It really feels like a Dark Pact is gonna clean up this creep wave pretty much, and then they go for the tier 2 tower. Tier 2 tower already protected by living armor, but look at it. Creep wave, 4 heroes, this living armor lasts for just a couple seconds. In the mid we have some split push coming out here by Klotz, doing quite some nice damage here on the tier 2 tower, as well as the Titan pushing the tier 2 bottom. So in the end they were not interested in contesting here at all. I'm really looking forward this game if I see a chrono or a Ravage. Like those big ultimates still unused. Klotz, he's gonna go for invisibility rune. That's of course maybe a nice setup here. But let's see, he might find fluff and stuff. There's a blink dagger on him. But of course if you have a right click opener, then you can really just go for some right clicks and then try to waveform behind him. But he has to be careful, of course there is still a Viper around slowing you down. But let's see. First of all, Tidehunter. Oh, I think he saw Ush here. There's a 4-stuff here. Ah, blinking away. And now there's nothing he can do. He's just TPing out. So, beautifully done here by the Tidehunter. He just didn't want to die or being forced into using that Ravage, obviously. 26 minutes in. We have to look at the graph. By now, Nyx Assassin having, 7.5k, a bit more, heading towards the 10k advantage here in XP. And gold, it's pretty much, if you look for back here, it's pretty much the same. So very consistent, and obviously, I mean, there's not much that could like really interrupt gold and XP and everything. Oh, IX Mike trying to, but instant replicate out, so Morphling just continuing to farm. I mean, Morphling is getting his farm together, so it's quite nice because he's gonna have, 3 people found him here. Now, he's already using a Viper Strike, that is off, but he has the invisibility rune. There's no detection. There's no detection. Let's see if there's anything happening. Oh my god. Now, they want to go here, fluff and stuff. He's maybe the one to die. Yes, that will be enough. Ush. Did he get the kill on the Trade Protector? Yes, he gets that kill, but maybe he's dying instead. I mean, he has a BKB, so let's see what's happening there. Klotz with the next waveform. The Razor on the other side, but oh, nice chrono, but now this also locks Ush in. This is bad news for Ush, and now there is the Ravage, but of course he was protected by the Aegis. Now they have to turn around, but nice cast. Look at this. Bounce, 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 bounce. Death Ward instantly interrupted. Morphling protecting himself at the moment with the Ghost Scepter and just TPing out. Is there a bash? There is a bash. And that is unstoppable right there for Ush. Like the chrono, it started like as a really awkward chrono, especially after then the Ravage, because Ush couldn't go out. He was locked in there, and it was like, oh, chrono here, so there was nowhere to go. But in the end, it turned out all fine. It was a full team wipe for CNB, and they didn't really drop much. Oh, in the meantime, we have HeflaTV going aggressive here, creep skipping even. Let's see, what did he cast last? Oh, that's actually a Chronosphere. Okay. That's interesting. You can definitely stop the push maybe with that Chronosphere and then wait for the rotations in, but the problem is... oh, nope, that TP was just interrupted. Tower going down. 10 kills advantage for Sneaky Nix Assassins. They only lost the Aegis for that entire thing. That really looked good. I really thought CNB is getting maybe more out of it. The only good thing is... the Morphling, I showed you the gold just before the fight, that was approximately 3,100, and somehow he got the 3,200 together and instantly bought the Eagle Song, which means we have the shotgun coming out now, so maybe this is something where we find a sort of comeback, but for now, he wants to go on that Titanta. He saw him, pounds coming in, also no Anchor Smash for now, and look at this, yes, there is nice Fisher here, so he is getting healed, but still, gonna die. HeflaTV already working on Baga. Baga going out. This Death Ward, look at it. So much damage on the Razor. And is there even more to go? There might be the Morphling, but he's just TPing out. Oh, no, there's the stun. The Enchant Totem, Echo Slam, everything coming out. Another full team wipe and a GG call here. I've never seen such an passive and inactive game. 3-18 in 29 minutes. And then a GG call. After one Roshan and some tower pushes, a team fight. The shotgun just came up on the Morphling, but I didn't even try. I don't know what to say. Looking at the crafts, we were way beyond the 20k mark on experience, 15k in gold. But yeah, it's done. Best of two. First game is down, second one to go. The chance for CNB to come back, but Nix Assassins, they don't play interesting Dota, but they play efficient Dota. So that being said, guys, we are back for game number 2 in just a couple minutes.